I extensively covered Waverly back in 2020, and this team is very similar to that team where, they may not, they'll score a lot of points, but not because they dazzle you on offense. It's because their defense suffocates you, that they just get the ball. Yeah. They have the ball more than you have the ball. Yeah. Reed Manstead's done a great job at Waverly. It keeps the defense. They've had some, in these past 2 years, they've had some changes on that offense, but it seems like no matter what, they put 11 guys out on the defensive side of the ball, and they will control the pace of the game.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I asked Manstead after the game, I said, who are some of the guys that lead you on that defense? And he proceeded to list 12 guys. And you may not know this, but you only have 11 guys on the field at a time when you play football at the Class B level. So, and he talked about that. They only had 2 or 3 guys returning from that defense, but they love their linebackers. Their linebackers were so impressive. They just flowed to the ball. And there was more than one time Friday night where there was maybe a little bit of a crease for a York ball carrier, and all of a sudden he gets cut down by a linebacker flying in there. I don't know how many times that happens. And it's not like York isn't well coached. Glenn Snodgrass has won state titles at 8-man. He's won state titles at 11-man. He won a state title at York. They want to run the ball at you, and York couldn't do it. They couldn't run the ball at Waverly despite having a pretty good size advantage up front. They just could not solve those linebackers at the second level. Now you've got to throw the ball, and you don't want to be doing that against a Waverly defense and falling behind. And that was the other quote that kind of struck me when Reed Manstead said, it's a 7-0 game at halftime. Waverly's got the lead, and they get a 3-and-out punt, go down and score 14-0. At that point, you're going, oh boy, I don't know if York's going to get back in this. And that's basically what Reed Manstead said. He said, we thought if we get it to 2 scores, we'd feel pretty good. And you just don't hear that a lot in this day and age, where you see so many shootouts. You see 56-35 or whatever it may be. And Waverly's whole deal is, if we can get it to 2 scores, our defense is good enough to win the game.